Morning to all. Today I am going to start with the next topic of chapter respiratory system, and the topic is physiology of respiration. Children, so far we have discussed about the respiratory organs, respiratory tract in detail. So today the objective of today's topic is breathing. We will come to know about the mechanism of breathing, that is inspiration, expiration in very detail. And we will talk about external respiration in detail. So children, open up your books at page number 14.3 and start with the topic, that is physiology of respiration. So now, what is physiology of the respiration? Children, we know the process of respiration is a very complex and continuous process, and it can be completed in 4 steps, that is breathing, external respiration, internal respiration and cellular respiration. So firstly, what is breathing? Breathing means the movement of fresh air from outside into the lung and foul air from inside to outside the body through respiratory tract. Normal inhalation and exhalation of air is called breathing. So the mechanism of breathing, it is completed in 2 steps, inspiration and expiration. Inspiration means intake of air, expiration means exhalation of air. So inspiration is the movement of fresh air from outside to inside the lung, and during inspiration what activities they are happening inside the lung we will study here right now. So during inspiration, children, we have to remember these 3 words, that is volume, ribs and diaphragm. Volume, ribs and diaphragm. During inspiration, volume of thoracic cavity means chest cavity, it increases. Ribs and sternum, sternum is the another name of chest bone, it moves upward, forward and outward, and there is a shortcut to learn it, UFO, that is U for upward, F for forward, O for outward. And diaphragm becomes straight, and this contraction can be done by intercostal muscles. So now children, with the expansion of thoracic cavity, lungs also expands. Now look here, during breathing, this diagram shows you the normal structure of the rib cage and lungs. Now look here, during inspiration, diaphragm flattens, ribs moves upward, outward and forward, and volume of thoracic cavity, it increases. This we can feel when we just put a hand on our chest cavity and we inhale air, we will feel that our chest cavity, it expands. Now children, look here, to understand this concept, 2 things we will never forget, that is air always moves from high partial pressure to lower partial pressure. Where the pressure is more, air will always move from higher partial pressure to lower partial pressure. And one thing more, that volume is inversely proportional to pressure, means if the volume is more, the pressure will be less, if the pressure will be more, volume will be less, or vice versa. So during inspiration, volume of lungs increases, means the volume of thoracic cavity increases, and pressure of air inside the lung, it decreases. If volume is more, the pressure is always less. So air will move from outside to inside the lung. So this is the process of inspiration. Now look here children, inside the lung volume increases, pressure of air inside the lung, it decreases. So air will move from outside to inside the lung. Outside pressure is more, so air will move from outside to inside the lungs. This process is called inspiration. Next is expiration. After inspiration get completed, exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place between alveoli and blood, and the lungs will be now full of foul air. Foul air means air which is rich in carbon dioxide. Now look here, in your book this diagram is very clear, that we have studied yesterday, that alveoli, they are surrounded by a network of capillaries. So the surface of these alveoli and capillaries, they are very close contact with each other, and here diffusion of gases will take place. So now during expiration, this process is totally the reverse of inspiration. Volume of thoracic cavity decreases, Ribs and sternum moves inward, downward and backward. Diaphragm moves upward and intercostal muscles, they relax. So now look here. Diaphragm becomes dome shaped. Volume of thoracic cavity, it decreases. Pressure of air inside the lungs, it increases due to high level of carbon dioxide. So we know air always moves from high partial pressure to lower partial pressure. So it will move out from the lungs. So this is the process of expiration. Children, we can come to know about inspiration and expiration. We can correlate this process with our daily life example, that is the example of water gun, which we use during a Holi festival. When we have to fill water in the water gun, what we do? We just pull its piston. When we pull its piston, the volume of that piston, that water gun, it increases, and the air from outside or water from outside, it starts moving inside the water gun. And when we have to pass out that water outside, what we do? We just push the piston. Means the piston is working like diaphragm. So we just push that piston. The volume will decrease and the pressure will increase. So the water will move out from that water gun. So in this way we can correlate the process of inspiration and expiration with the normal water gun which we use at the festival of Holi. This example is just to make the topic more clear. So children, there is a shortcut to demonstrate the process of inspiration and expiration in a very easy way. There are few points: volume, pressure, ribs, intercostal muscles and diaphragm. During inspiration, volume increases, pressure decreases, ribs moves upward, outward, forward. Intercostal muscles, they contract and diaphragm becomes flattened and moves little downwards. And during expiration, volume decreases, pressure increases, ribs moves downward, inward and backward. Intercostal muscles, they relax and diaphragm relax, becomes dome shaped. So this was all about inspiration and expiration. Now next we will talk about control of breathing. So children, as we know that every institute or every office or every job sector, they are having their headquarters. So same way, breathing can also be controlled by a breathing center which is located in the brain, that is in medulla oblongata. So next is external respiration. During external respiration, exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the inhaled air and blood through the surface of respiratory organ is called external respiration. During external respiration, we know exchange of gases takes place due to partial pressure of air. This we have studied right now in very detail. In lungs, we know pressure of air is less, so oxygen from outside will move towards inside during inspiration. In lungs, when oxygen reaches to alveoli, the exchange of gases again takes place, and in lungs now the pressure of air containing carbon dioxide is more. So the air from the lungs will move to outside environment. Children, about 97% of the oxygen that diffuses in the blood combines with hemoglobin of RBC and forming oxyhemoglobin. This we have studied in our junior classes. And remaining 3% oxygen diffuses into water of plasma. So children, this diagram just show you a little bit about exchange of gases. This is alveoli, this is blood capillaries. Oxygen will diffuse into the blood capillaries and carbon dioxide will diffuse out of the blood capillaries into the alveoli. Now look here. This diagram shows you a complete exchange of gases. Now children, look very carefully. This is alveolus and this is blood capillary. So inside the blood capillary, the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide, means the blood having high concentration of carbon dioxide is flowing. Deoxygenated blood from the blood tissue is flowing in this capillary. We know diffusion occurs from high concentration to low concentration. This thing we will never forget, that diffusion occurs from high concentration to lower concentration. This is very important thing which will make your topic very clear. We will always remember that diffusion always occurs from high concentration to low concentration. So now look here. In this blood capillary, here I have written high concentration of oxygen is there in deoxygenated blood. So here the concentration of carbon dioxide is more. We know diffusion occurs from high to lower concentration. So carbon dioxide from blood capillary will move towards the alveoli. And next is, we know that from outside the oxygen is coming inside the lungs. So the concentration of oxygen is more. We know diffusion always occurs from high concentration to lower concentration. So here in alveolus, the concentration of oxygen is more. So the process of diffusion will occur. Oxygen from alveolus will move towards the blood capillary. So the oxygen will enter into the blood capillary. This process occurs simultaneously. It will not take 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They occur side by side. They don't wait for anything. They just carry on these reactions, these diffusion. They occur side by side simultaneously. And once the oxygen has got entered into the blood, in the blood capillary, that blood gets changed into oxygenated blood. And this oxygenated blood then moves to body tissues. So this is all about the exchange of gases, children. We will meet in our next lecture. We will continue this chapter with our next topic. So kindly read page number 14.3 up till 14.5. Do all the related question answers in detail on your book and write terms, differences on your copy. Thank you so much.